Darkest Hour is set in the early days of World War II, right as France is being conquered and Britain is right on the verge of possibly surrendering, and they have a new prime minister, Winston Churchill, and he does not want to capitulate. He wants to fight them till the end, and that's the movie.
Now is the time to negotiate.
When will the lesson be learned? You cannot reason with a tiger when your head is in its mouth!
I take full responsibility.
Really?
Really? Yes, sir! It is the reason I sit in this chair!
So first off, it's kind of funny that this comes out the same year as Dunkirk, that is essentially set in the same time period, and that's one of the big turning points in the movie is right then. So this movie doesn't really show much of war. It's really more about the politicians or the leaders of the war, and Dunkirk is pretty much only about the soldiers in the war. So it's a really great companion piece. You could watch them back to back or something, and I think it would be really great because I love Dunkirk and I really enjoyed this movie too. But one thing I will say about Darkest Hour is, it's over 2 hours long, and it can be a little slow at times. I mean, it's not an exciting movie, but it's filmed beautifully. There's some really cool transitions and really artistic and really gorgeous shots throughout this movie. And, Gary Oldman, it probably gives his, one of his best performances ever. And then he's always great in everything he does. And this one, he's amazing. And honestly, it shows how far practical effects are coming, because the fat suit and the prosthetics on Gary Oldman are amazing. You really can't tell. I mean, it looks like that's who he is. That's who his character is. And I mean, it doesn't seem to get away at all in his acting. It just helps his acting. And I know there's some great fact about this movie where he smoked so many cigars while filming it, almost $80,000 worth of cigars, that he got nicotine poisoning throughout the film. So he was feeling horrible throughout the whole filming of this movie. And it's a really good performance and an excellent movie that I love. I really loved his performances, and I was really enthralled throughout the movie because I didn't know that much about this exact time, and it's really well done. This is really like a political thriller, and it really delivers on all those moments because the whole time, no one really likes Winston Churchill that much. They kind of put up with him, and they kind of just they want him to, he's almost kind of like the fall boy a little bit. But it's the one member of the one party, the leading party, that the other party likes or accepts, and his own party doesn't really like him that much. And he's used because the previous prime minister is kicked out, and they put him up instead, and he does not want to surrender to the Nazi Germans. And there's so many great speeches in this, and I love that they have him writing his speeches along with the help of his typist, and she's really good too. But there's so many great little moments, and the only thing is sometimes he kind of mumbles, and it's a little tough to understand him, especially a lot of times maybe mumbling around the cigar. But I mean, during the speeches, he's great, a great orator, and I love his performance in this role is just perfect. And it's a really interesting way to do a movie about Winston Churchill, because it's not really necessarily about Winston Churchill. It's more about the moment of time that it takes place in. Because I mean, it'd be a more common thing you would do a biopic about him, or you do a life story, but you don't. You just kind of do essentially the month of May in 1940. And you get to see all little parts of his life, but you don't get that much explanation of him, but you see a lot of who he is by what he does during this time. And it's such an interesting way to create this movie, and I highly recommend it. They said it might be a little boring for some people, but I was enthralled by it. So I'd probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. So thanks for watching. You check out other video playlists that are on my head, or subscribe to me over here. Thanks.